call the meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Ooh, falling over. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Calhoun.
Here.
Dempsey.
Here.
Fournier.
Here.
Crop.
Here.
McGarity.
Here.
Rick.
Here.
York.
Here.
It's good to have you, Kathy. Not that,
No replacement.
not that, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
All right, we'll move on to announcements, acknowledgments, communications, reports. I don't see any at the moment, anything listed, but does anyone have anything? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to adoption of the agenda.
Move to adopt the agenda as presented. Support.
Okay, any questions or comments on the agenda? Hearing none, call the roll, please.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
Crop.
Yes.
McGarity.
Yes.
Rick.
Yes.
York.
Yes.
Okay, this is the portion of the meeting where we address, we allow the commission, we allow the public to speak to the commission. All that we ask is that you come to the microphone, give us your full name, residential address, and you abide by our 3-minute rule. We will go ahead and open the microphone to anyone who would like to come up.
Hi, I'm, my husband is Christopher Mashensky, I'm Nancy Mashensky, 121 Ledwick, and as a lifetime, resident of Mount Clemens, this is the first time I've ever felt the need to come and make a comment to the city commission. I'm gonna be 71 in October, so I've never done this. My comment concerns letters I and my husband received this summer from HydroCorps of Troy, a firm that you hired to represent the city of Mount Clemens concerning our city's water system, so that it will be in compliance with the state of Michigan Safe Drinking Water Act. The first letter we received was on May 1st. It stated we were not in compliance involving our sprinkler system. We read the letter and the choices that were given to hopefully obtain compliance. Alternative number 1 said relocate our pressure vacuum breaker. And then we read number 2, alternative, lower all sprinkler heads 12 inches below the pressure vacuum breaker. We chose alternative number 2 to change our sprinkler riser heads to make them lower. This work took my husband several days of digging and changing our 4 sprinkler risers. We then called HydroCorps and told them to come out and inspect again. Then we received another letter from HydroCorps on 7/17. It was the exact duplicate of the first letter we received. It appeared to be a form letter. At this time, we called HydroCorps and were told that the problem with our sprinkler system was that our drain or faucet was plumbed in parallel to this pressure vacuum breaker. This problem was indicated by the inspector's notes about our address. These inspector's notes were only contained in HydroCorps' computer database. We have since had our master plumber install our faucet 12 inches lower than the pressure vacuum breaker. And the notes for our address were in a database at HydroCorps, like I said, but they never appeared anywhere on either letter we received. We found out that the comment section on the letter that appeared to give us 2 choices were just a generalized comment section that's printed on each and every letter that's sent out by this company. We are shocked that nowhere did our letters tell us to call HydroCorps to find out exactly what the problem was, or our particular problem that involved our address. We spent our valuable time and money that apparently we did not need to do. We had no way of knowing this. So we just want you to be aware that these contractor-generated letters on behalf of the city of Mount Clemens are misleading and cause unnecessary burdens to Mount Clemens homeowners. We tried to do what was right, and it was unnecessary.
Will you make sure that to leave your contact number for the city manager for us?
Sure.
Thank you. If you want to just bring it up, you can jot it down and bring it up. Do you have a pen?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Perfect.
In fact, I'll rip off my
Perfect.
name and address.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anyone else at this time who would like to address the commission?
Back again. Mickey Weiss, 18200 Terra Drive, Clinton Township. I'm here today to talk about Paul Boone. Trying to get too emotional. He was my silent giant. He was with the DDA board over 20 years. A lot of what I did, I couldn't have done without him. He was always there, helping me, pulling the bars together when we needed to have bar meetings. Did economic development in our downtown by choosing one of our vacant buildings and building this amazing bar, and ran it immaculately. I could always count on him. He lifted ice for me for the ice sculpture show. He was always in his office when I needed to sit and talk to someone as a business person that could help with what we were wanting to achieve with the DDA board. It was a board of a lot of fine people, but we did not have a lot of volunteers, but he was always there. I'm so proud that the city is going to consider voting tonight for the naming of this street. I think it's well-deserved. I think both Paul and Debbie were tremendous assets to the city itself and the downtown, and certainly to me. So please consider this. I think it's a wonderful tribute to someone who was a fine individual to our community.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time?
Good evening. Dave Taylor, 225 North Gratiot. I own Wearsville Records, 261 Macomb Place. Essentially, Mickey said most of the stuff that I was going to say about Paul. I was lucky enough to serve on the DDA with him for a long enough time to realize how awesome of a person he was. Anytime he needed anything, even finances or whatever, just somebody to help. I remember him helping us for the Oktoberfest, and and moving ice blocks and whatever. Paul was always there, so that's. Yeah, so it's right. So anyway, that's all I needed to say.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission at this time? All right, seeing none, we will go ahead and move on to administrative responses. I don't see anything listed on the agenda. Okay, we will move on to approval of minutes. I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve the minutes as presented.
Support.
Any questions or comments about the minutes? Seeing none, call the roll, please.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
York,
Yes.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to general business 9A. Public hearing, Paul Boone commemorative street naming. I will entertain a motion to open the public hearing.
I move to open the public hearing for the Paul Boone commemorative street naming. Support.
Any questions or comments about the opening? Please call the roll.
Fournier,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
York,
Yes.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Dempsey.
Yes.
Okay, this is an opportunity to hear the public on the actually, I should probably allow you to give us the spiel first. We'll do that. Go ahead, Mr. Shipman.
You should probably close the public hearing, then there's a motion to.
Right.
Then you want to
adopt,
do
and
it?
then I would
Okay. All right. Well, then this is the opportunity that we will allow the public to make comments about the Paul Boone commemorative street naming that is before the commission tonight.
Good evening, everybody. Phil Gilchrist, do you need my address?
Yep.
1130 Wellesley Drive, Mount Clemens. Thank you for considering this application this evening. As the applicant and the chair of the Downtown Development Authority, I'm happy to be here in support of this particular request. I think we all knew Paul Boone to be a very kind and generous person and one of the most prolific boosters for the city of Mount Clemens and the downtown that perhaps ever existed. So I am again very thankful, and I hope that you will vote to approve.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the commission for the public hearing? Okay. I'll entertain a motion.
I move to close the public hearing for the Paul Boone Commemorative Street Name.
Support.
Any questions or comments about closing the public hearing? Okay, call the roll, please.
Crop,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
York,
Yes.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier.
Yes.
All right, I will, wait, I'll entertain a motion.
Oh, you go.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I was waiting, I was going into it.
No, I was waiting.
Sorry.
I move to approve the commemorative name of a portion of Macomb Place that runs between Pine Street and southbound Gratiot Avenue after Paul Boone with the name Paul Boone Way.
All right, now, Mr.
Now.
Shipman.
The city is in receipt of an application seeking the commemorative naming of the portion of Macomb Place that runs between Pine Street and southbound Gratiot Avenue after Mr. Paul Boone with the name Paul Boone Way. Pursuant to city policies, after receipt of the application, notice was posted in a public place and published in the Macomb Daily on June 25th, 2024, advertising a 30-day review period. After the 30-day review period and public comment period, this request is now on the agenda as a notice public hearing. Fees associated with the administrative and hard costs for the sign or plaque placement will be at the expense of the applicant, such as sign procurement and installation costs. Names honoring individuals should be based on the following criteria: made a lasting and significant contributions to the protection of natural or cultural resources of the city of Mount Clemens, made substantial contributions to the betterment of the city, which has positively impacted the lives of citizens of the city of Mount Clemens, be associated to an economic development or redevelopment activity in fulfillment of the city's mission, commemorates a significant historical event, contributed outstanding civic service to the city for a minimum period of 10 years. An individual who is to be honored shall be deceased for a minimum period of 3 years.
All right, questions, comments?
I think this one is very easy. I think we all knew who Paul Boone was, and I think Paul Boone Way is very appropriate because the way he was and the way he carried out business and did for this community, we can all go that way. So I'm just very, I'm emotional too about it. I'm very proud that we can do something to recognize him.
I'm very honored to be part of a commission where we get to vote on this because Paul Boone was important to many of us, including myself, and I like that you use the word giant. I do think of him as a giant. And the Paul Boone way is, he's still leading the way for us, so.
Yes.
I like that.
I couldn't agree more. I served with Paul for many years on the DDA board. And there's one thing about Paul that I always really liked. He never was a yes person. He never went along to get along. He would tell you if this isn't going to be right for the community or if it isn't, the right thing. I mean, he yelled at me many times. I remember that. But I still loved him. But I think this is great that we're doing this. And it's unfortunate that we do this when people are no longer here.
Right. Yes.
But I just think that this is great, and Debbie, you deserve this. And I think a song should come along with the Paul Boone Way. There's a song there somewhere.
I remember meeting Paul pretty much right after the recession and thinking to myself, boy, does this city owe Paul and Debbie Boone a gratitude to have made it through very, very dark days in our downtown, and to never have been bitter about that. Because you never got the impression that they were just surviving or just keeping the lights on. Even when things were really tough, Paul was optimistic that things could get better. And he was never the person that was sitting in a meeting complaining about what should be getting done. He was the guy that was the first to raise his hand to get it done. And if that meant writing a check, and I'm sure those were times we were very lean, that check might have meant that he didn't get paid. You know, I think we owe Paul Boone and Debbie Boone a lot. So.
I agree.
I didn't mean to clap. I just meant somebody saying Anyway, so I'm honored to be a part of this as well, Jill. And I think you are correct in saying that this is an honor for us to be able to vote on something to this. So I won't belabor it. Any other comments or questions? Okay.
We love you, Debbie.
Yeah, we do.
Yes, we do.
That's right.
That's a family.
All right. We'll call the roll, please.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Yor,
Yes.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Crop.
Yes. Okay, motion passes. We will go to 9B, approval of special event permit, North Broadway Church of Christ Vacation Bible School Parade. I will entertain a motion if it will load.
Move to approve the North Broadway Church of Christ Vacation Bible School Parade on Saturday, August 17th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
Support.
Okay, Mr. Shipman.
North Broadway Church of Christ is seeking City Commission approval to conduct a parade on Saturday, August 17th, 2024, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Advertise its Vacation Bible School in the neighborhood surrounding the church. The parade would begin at the church and proceed down North Broadway Street to Jones Street and to Orchard Street, around to Euclid Street, to North Walnut Street, to Clemens Street, returning to the church. Approximately 20 walkers and 15 cars are expected. No street closures or city services are being requested. A certificate of liability insurance naming the city as an additional insured will be required as a condition of approval.
Okay, who has questions or comments? Will there be a choir?
Yes.
Then I may attend. Any other questions or comments? Okay, call the roll, please.
Rick,
Yes.
Yor,
Yes.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Crop,
Yes.
McGarity.
Yes.
Okay, moving to 9C, approval of the fiscal year 2024 purchase of service contract between SMART and the City of Mount Clemens for the Mount Clemens Dial-A-Ride.
Move to approve the fiscal year 2024 purchase of service contract between Suburban Mobility Authority for Regional Transportation and the City of Mount Clemens as presented, and to authorize the execution of the contract by the appropriate city officials.
Support.
Mr. Shipman.
Attached is the fiscal year 2024 purchase of service contract between the Suburban Mobility Authority for Regional Transportation and the City of Mount Clemens for the Mount Clemens Dial-A-Ride. In an effort to make sure the city receives the $47,799 in funding from SMART, execution of the attached contract is required. The attached received on July 15, 2024 has been reviewed by the City Attorney's Office.
Okay, who has questions or comments about the SMART contract?
This is really no changes from the previous one, correct?
No, I think Jeff said it hasn't changed in how many years? The language.
Wow.
So there's a piece about Congress or something in there for former commissioner, now state representative Denise Menser. Yes, okay.
I just want to make you aware that you'll notice, the contract is actually expired. That we ran into some hurdles with SMART, and to get us up to date, we are signing, and to get our money, we're signing this expired contract. And I will have a new contract, again, coming hopefully within the next few weeks for the next fiscal year. So we're running about a fiscal year behind right now, so.
And I'm assuming this is because of Smart's end of things?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Is that clear to everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
I was wondering.
Okay. All right, we'll call the roll, please.
Yor,
Yes.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Crap,
Yes.
McGarity.
Okay, we will move on to,
Rick.
oh, sorry.
I didn't hear you, Commissioner.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Rick,
Yes.
thank you.
Okay, now we'll move on to the credit, 9D, credit card policy adoption.
Move to approve the credit card policy for the city of Mount Clemens as presented.
Support.
Mr. Shipman?
Attached, please find the recommended credit card policy for the Commission's consideration. The policy has been created in order to align with recommended best practices. The creation of this credit card policy will assist the City Commission and city employees with more consistency and guidance surrounding the use of city credit cards, require authorized users to sign a credit card holder agreement, establish the credit card is to be used only to make purchases at the request of and for the legitimate business benefit of the city, requires submission of receipts and credit card authorization form, which details the date of purchase, general ledger account number, department, vendor name, cost, and official business reason for the purchase.
Okay, do we have questions? Sorry, do we have questions or comments?
Does this mean there wasn't a policy before?
That's correct.
And so this is just covering loose ends?
Yes,
Did we have credit cards? People have credit cards
we have
before?
credit cards, yes.
But there was just no written policy, or there were a lot of
There's
different?
no written policy.
Well, thank you for
Makes sense to
putting
me.
together a policy.
Seems like it's a good thing to have a policy.
Yeah, thank you.
But everything was okay though, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Just want to clarify.
There isn't anything else you want to tell us right now?
Yeah.
but, so okay, so the problem is that, we have one credit card, and then people from outlying buildings gotta come to get it, right? And
Oh, I see.
so really what should happen is every department should have, I know Kathy's got one because she's got after hours, but like fire department, 24-hour operation, they should have a department credit card.
Oh, absolutely.
DPW should have a credit card. So if we're gonna start, authorizing additional cards, we need to make sure we got a policy and that we got a form that everything for tracking. I mean,
Yeah.
everything will be reconciled. It just makes it a lot harder for finance to do it without, especially that form in place. So,
Right.
In this day and age too, I mean, so many things are by credit card. It's hard.
That's great. Yep. Thank you for bringing this to us. Any further questions or comments? Call the roll, please.
Calhoun,
Yes.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Crap,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Yor.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move to consent agenda.
Move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Call the roll, please.
Dempsey,
Yes.
Fournier,
Yes.
Crap,
Yes.
McGarity,
Yes.
Rick,
Yes.
Yor,
Yes.
Calhoun.
Yes.
Okay, we'll move on to our city manager's report. Mr. Shipman.
the demolition of the Victory Inn began on Tuesday, July 30th, and is expected to continue for the next 90 days. Ameriscan has completed the scanning of the building department's large-size construction documents and plans into approximately 4,500 PDF files. Staff will now start the process of organizing the digital files. City of Mount Clemens will be receiving funding from the State of Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity in the amount of $42,000 for the purchase of firefighter turnout gear. So thanks, Dan, for making sure that we got a piece of that pie from Lansing. The 144th Annual Old Crowd Parade will take place on Thursday, August 15th, 2024 at 9 a.m. The old crowd will gather on Main Street and Macomb Place before the parade begins. Rolling street closures in the downtown will take place while the parade is en route. A reminder, rubbish, compost, and recycling bins must be placed at the curb for collection by 7 a.m. on your scheduled collection day and not before 6 p.m. the day before your scheduled collection day. The polls will be open tomorrow for primary election day from 7 a.m. until 8 p.m. Make sure that you exercise your right to vote. Over in recreation, coming soon, coming very soon, kayak rental lockers. So get your paddles ready and watch for the new kayak rental lockers to be installed in MacArthur Park and Shady Side Parks within the next few days. And Jeff put paddles in there as a dad joke, so I had to leave it in there for you. That's why you got the picture of paddles in there. Our upcoming events, we have movie night Under the Stars, family fun night downtown, which is Tuesday, August 6th at 6 p.m. The kids' activities and giveaways, live music, 6:30 p.m., Momford and Son. The movie will begin at 8:15 p.m., which is Trolls Band Together, and that'll be at Macomb Place and Fountain Stage. We have Ladies' Night coming up.
Weather permitting, right?
It's going to be fine.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies' Night
Right.
coming up. Join your favorite downtown Mount Clemens business for a fun night. That'll be Wednesday, August 17th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. You can make your own hat at the Hat Bar. Uptown Friday Night Concert Series continues Friday, August 9th, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., featuring the M1 Big Band, which is 40s, 50s, and 60s music. That will be the main stage on Macomb Place in front of the Anton Art Center. We have Uptown Friday Night Concert Friday, August 16th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., featuring Aaron Alexis with guest Pato Magnetic, and that is jazz style entertainment, and that is main stage on Macomb Place in front of the Anton Art Center. And we have the Macomb County Pride Festival Saturday, August 17th, noon to 6 p.m., featuring family-friendly activities, and that will be on the main stage on Main Street between Market and Macomb Place.
Okay. Does anybody have any questions or comments for Mr. Shipman? Okay, seeing none, we'll move to our second opportunity, I guess third opportunity of the evening for public participation. This is where we allow the public to address the commission. All that we ask is you come to the microphone, give us your full name, residential address, and you abide by our 2-minute rule.
Good evening. My name is Jimmy Dixon at 94 Park, Mount Clemens. On behalf of North Broadway Church of Christ, I'm coming to you for Vacation Bible School. I know they mentioned about the parade, but we have in Vacation Bible School for all ages. And you know, if our young people don't see the seniors coming, they don't want to come. So we inviting you to come out and enjoy Vacation Bible School. It starts at 6:30 p.m. and it lasts till it starts at 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. So we would love to see you there. It's a whole lot that we can learn and bring our kids to, for everything. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ruthie Stevenson, 69 Bain Street. I'm just here to announce on August the 16th from 4 to 7, the Macomb YMCA is having a back to school bash for kids and anybody that wants to come. So feel free to come on August the 16th to the Macomb YMCA for fun and games and just to be there. Talk to you later.
Thank you.
Maryland Hall, 300 Clinton River Drive, Mount Clemens, Michigan. I just had a quick question on the Ladies' Day, Mr. Shipman. What was the date on that?
Wednesday.
I thought I heard you say Wednesday, August 17th.
I think it's this Wednesday, isn't it?
August 7th.
Yeah, so August 7th. It's this
Scroll down.
Wednesday.
It's this
Wednesday, August 17th?
Oh,
That's
no,
what's
August
listed here. Okay.
it's August 7th. Yeah. He's
Good
not
catch.
really into the make a hat bar, so.
I gotta put something on this ball, I'm gonna get burned head, so I might be there.
You are right, you are right.
I couldn't resist. All right, we will move on. If we have any other public comments? All right, we'll move on to commissioner comments. Commissioner Yor.
Thank you. Thank you for coming tonight, and thank you for all the little tidbits of information. It's really great to hear what's going on in the community, so I appreciate those of you sharing that. I'm not going to talk about Paul Boone again. We all know how we all feel about that. And thank you for bringing up the old crowd. I just want to put a shout out to all those long-standing Mount Clemens folks that gather. If you've never been uptown for the old crowd parade, I suggest you come. It's always a great time. It's part of our vintage vibe, I think. So, good things with the old crowd. That's it. That's it for me.
Do you want me to gavel him?
No, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
Commissioner
you.
McGarity.
I don't know if it, can I ask the question, but you said your last name is Mashinsky? Miss Mashinsky was a teacher of mine in,
Well, my husband's mother, an icon.
I remember Miss Mashinsky with like a high hair. Yes. What? Wow, wow. Wow. Okay, a little bit. River Acres community is asking the city of Mount Clemens, we want to do something different and we want to start doing it every year. So on the first day of school for our children in our city, which is Mount Clemens High School, which is also Mount Clemens Middle School and Seminole Academy, that first day of school, we want to show up. We'll be all lined up side by side and just cheering them on, a couple signs, you can do this, and have a little music playing. But as they're coming into school, in the sidewalk going in, we're just going to be there to cheer our children on every first day of school. So how we're organizing this is at the River Acres meeting. The next meeting is August 15th. It's a Thursday at 6 o'clock. We'll open the meeting with just organizing who will go to which school, because we don't all want to show up at one school and have only 4 or 5 at the other. We want the entire city involved for our children, right? Can you imagine their faces? They'll be like, what happened? What's going on? But it's going to be for a positive thing, and they need that. And so we want to invite you to the River Acres meeting at Eternal Chapel Church on Clinton River Drive. I think that address is 400, but it's on Clinton River Drive and Ron Street, right behind the post office. We'll start the meeting right at 6. Once we organize who's going where, you can leave if you choose, but our meetings only last an hour if you choose to stay. So we can do that for our students, right?
Yes.
Yes. And the last thing is, we've had a lot of deaths in our city, but one recent is Miss Margaret Thompson. That's Dwayne Thompson. He was the first African-American firefighter here in our city. His mom, Margaret, passed away. And so as far as I know right now, arrangements are not yet set, but I'll forward information so that a proclamation can be read at her service. She was also very, very active in the community with her husband as well. And that's all I wanted to share for tonight.
Thank you. Commissioner Fournier.
Again, I'm very proud to have Paul Boone voted on tonight. That was very special. And absolutely well-deserved tribute. And the other great thing that came up tonight was the Victory Inn beginning. I mean, you know, my grandchildren came in, or the Victory Inn thing. You know, it was a real tough decision the other day, but the grandchildren went out. But if I could have been there, I think it would be down now. I would have just kept going. It's been a long time coming, folks, for us to get that eyesore out of the way. And I couldn't be more grateful to Jim George and all the work that he did, and the city for all the work that they did. And it's a great thing to have that down. So we're making great progress. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Dempsey.
Well, I'm not going to belabor what everybody else has said already, but it was a good meeting, and it was a lot of good things that came out of this meeting today, so I feel good. And I need those.
There's a song
those
about that.
things back. We'll go get them back. But anyway, no, thank you for coming.
Excellent. Thank you. Commissioner Calhoun.
Yes. So first up, I wanted to let folks know about the Martha T. Berry Foundation's car show on August 11th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That'll benefit the Martha T. Berry Foundation, and that'll be at their facility at 43533 Elizabeth Street, Mount Clemens. I also was very pleased to be at the Victory Inn demolition. That was really exciting. I know that that's been a pain in the neck for a lot of people who've been here a lot longer than me. It was also a place where people shared their very fond memories of the place. So for me, it's great to know that we'll be getting new housing there with some affordable units. And so I'm very excited to see us usher in the future of our city starting there. Well, not starting there, but continuing there, I'll say. Let's see here. A resident on Facebook mentioned that there was a pothole on, I believe it was Church in Maras, and they mentioned that they used the city form to report it. And I'm so happy to hear that. If you have an issue with the city, feel free to post it on Facebook or anything, but please use the city's form online or come into City Hall. But that's how things get taken care of quickly. And so I appreciate that, and I want to encourage others to do the same. Let's see here, I'm going down my list. Let's see here. I had a local business owner mention that he was having some concerns with dumping on his property. And so I wanted to ask about how our dumping and littering fines compare to other communities. I don't know much about that, and so in the future I'd love to learn more about what we can do to prevent that, or what we are doing and how we can let folks know. And lastly, with the sheriff's contract, during our work session earlier, we started the conversation about the next sheriff's contract. And I think the mayor mentioned a very good point that being the county seat, we make a lot of sacrifices for the other communities, holding so many nonprofits, and it's really a fantastic thing for us to do that. But it would be great for the county to work with us when they're making these decisions that impact us, just like you mentioned, because really it takes a toll on our community. It costs us money. We want to be a part of that. And so those are my comments. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Rick.
All right, well, most of what I said has been already addressed, so this will be a relatively short one for me. Glad to hear about the firefighter turnout gear. That's awesome you were able to get that. Glad to hear the building department's scanning of images is done. I like that kind of stuff. I know nobody, it's not popular, but it's the kind of thing that really process improvement. I'd also like to highlight an upcoming event on September 19th, the Macomb County Senior Fun Festival at the Lorenzo Cultural Center from 10 to 1. It is huge, and I really recommend anybody interested in attending. I'll do my standard pitch. There's always openings and availabilities on our boards, committees, and commissions. More information is available on the website. I would specifically like to thank the DDA for your work. A lot of times what you do may go unnoticed or underappreciated, but I want to say thank you.
Yes.
Our downtown is doing very well.
Yes.
All things considered, we're doing amazingly well given the struggles we've been through, and I want to thank you all for the time and effort you put in. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Thank you. I will be having a coffee talk on Tuesday, August 13th at 9:30 at John's Family Grill. So if anyone would like to come and talk about current events in Mount Clemens, they can join me there. And that is located on Cass Avenue. And I will resume evening coffee talks in September. I too am very honored, as everyone has said, again to be able to name Macomb Place, a portion of Macomb Place, after Paul Boone. It's a huge honor. So, Church Street, I noticed some Facebook posts yesterday. I was tagged in one, and I think that, and I mentioned in my post, my reply back, and gave the link to the address. I can't stress enough that yes, social media is a platform and you have a voice there, but your voice is heard much more efficiently through our Report a Problem website. And our Report a Problem form that you can fill out on our website. So for quicker results, fill out the form. We also, myself and Mr. Shipman will be able to attend the Macomb Hall of Fame Awards next week. Those are going to honor 3 different organizations and / people from Mount Clemens. And so we thought it was really important to attend because 3 out of the 4 people that will be honored at this year's awards are from Mount Clemens. So we have the Holzbeck family, we have CARE, and we have our resident Dave Tercel, who is an incredible human being, and he's one of our but he has been one of our local treasures, and he certainly is very deserving. All 3 are very deserving of the award, so we're very excited to be able to attend and honor those people. I'd like to thank the Mashenskis for coming in, because this is exactly the forum to come and bring us issues so that we can help solve some of these things, because we would have no idea you would have been suffering with the form letter. So yeah, absolutely. So thank you for giving us this opportunity to fix this issue, and we'll be in touch. So and with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn. Support.
Any questions or comments? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, good night, everybody. Thank you.
So